iRacing has changed a lot since I produced my last buyer's guide in April 2021. New cars and tracks have been added, more free content has arrived, and new series have been launched. This is great for players, but it also means it can be a bit trickier to know which content is going to give you the most amount of high quality racing for the least amount of money. I've also learned a ton about iRacing in the last 2 years, so in this new buyer's guide for 2023, I'm going to give you 5 golden rules to follow, some of which I know are going to surprise you. Okay, let's get into it. First up, maximising new free content. Once you've got your iRacing subscription sorted, the longer you subscribe for, the cheaper that will be, you will have access to a selection of free quote-unquote content across each of the racing disciplines in the game. This guide is focused on the road racing category, and the amount of free content here has expanded quite a bit. We've seen new cars in the shape of the open-wheel trainer car, the Formula V, and a brand new for 2023 Toyota GR86 Cup car. And Virginia International Raceway has just been included in the base game content too, meaning there's quite a strong selection of free tracks on offer. With this in mind, it would be a mistake, I think, to rush through rookies and never pick up this content again. These cars can be very valuable in building up experience and racecraft, and if the Toyota is anything like similar cup cars in other titles, then the racing could be superb. And you aren't constrained to the rookie servers either. The new Toyota will be running in its own D-Class series of 15-minute fixed setup races with 7 free tracks on the schedule. I think this series will be a must race in 2023. Second, when you do look to buy new content, you really need to try and plan for it. Have an idea what kind of racing you're looking for, whether it be open wheel, tin top, short sprint races or endurance. There's also a small number of series which for me are must-buys for players just coming out of rookies to maximise the amount of racing on offer, but I'll come back to those later. Unfortunately, when it comes to planning, although iRacing provides 12-week season schedules, there are no in-game tools to compare series for which tracks appear multiple times, something which is crucial to getting the most use out of purchases. So I've included some links in the description to the tools that I use. The iRacing Buyer's Guide is a must and is updated pretty quickly after each new season schedule is launched. These tools will help you take advantage of bulk discounts, whereby if you purchase 3 or more bits of content at one time, you'll get 10% off everything. If you purchase 6 bits of content together, that rises to 15% off, and once you eventually own 40 bits of content, you'll get a permanent 20% discount. And finally, one of the highlights of the iRacing calendar are the major events that are hosted, often reflecting real-life racing schedules. If you want to participate, you'll need the right content, so take a look at those too. Number 3, ignore completed season bonuses. Now, iRacing offers bonus credits for completing a minimum of 8 races from a 12-week schedule of racing in any series. These can net you up to $10 per season or $40 per year of iRacing credits, but I honestly would largely ignore these. Chasing season completions for their own sake is an expensive business. It's great if you really want to do it, or if the tracks you're purchasing to do so are ones you really want to race on anyway. But if it's just a checkbox exercise, or it's only to unlock the end of season credit bonus, then believe me, you'll be spending way more than you'll be earning back. Tracks are more expensive than cars in iRacing, and it is a real waste to buy content to race on it just once or twice and then never go back to it again. Only buy tracks if you know there's a good chance you want to race there and you intend to use them lots in the future. In that spirit, a couple of quick tips. Major US and European road circuits like Spa, Imola, Road America and Indianapolis appear in the rotation regularly. And the vast majority of US tracks come with all of their configurations too, so that opens up opportunities to do some oval racing in the future if that takes your fancy. If you're finding this guide helpful, please do leave a like to ensure YouTube helps more people find it too. And if you've got extra tips to help the iRacing community get best value from the sim, leave a comment too. The more advice we all share, the better experience for everyone. Number 4, if you're primarily racing on the official online servers, don't always buy brand new content. Some of it bombs really badly. This can be particularly true for new cars and series introduced to the sim. It breaks my heart a bit that the Brazilian stock cars didn't attract more players, but they aren't alone. The Dallara IR01 and the Porsche Mission R are also recent examples of new cars failing to provide regular, well-populated grids. And the same can be true for new tracks as well. Yes, new tracks will normally be integrated into most series schedules, but sometimes players either don't hit buy, or even if they do, they don't go back for a second or third time in future seasons. So if you're at all unsure, it's usually worth waiting a few weeks to see how popular new content is, not just on week 1, but as you progress through a season. Finally, number 5, the best way to get maximum value from new car purchases is to look for cars which are eligible for multiple series. Upon graduating from rookies into D-Class, a GT4 car, a TCR car and the Ferrari GT3 are your best bets for this. The GT4 and TCR cars both run in their own 15-minute fixed setup sprint race series and share many of the same tracks in each season. But when you graduate to C-Class, they also have a longer open setup race variant, which opens up more options for you. And 6 weeks per season, there is a longer Michelin Pilot feature race, which are 2-hour-long multi-class races featuring cars from both classes. Now, if you've seen races on my channel, you'll know that I love the competition in these classes. I think they're awesome. The same is true of the Ferrari GT3, which is a supercar to drive. It will gain you access to the fixed Ferrari D-Class series, which can be chaotic in lower splits but actually provides some great racing in higher splits. But you can also drive the car in the B-Class GT3 series, which feature fixed setup races, short sprint and longer races, and those that include pit stops. Of course, over time you might want to experience other GT3 machinery, but to get you started, you really can't go wrong with it. But even if you have gotten best value from iRacing, there are still traps out there that can stop you from enjoying the sim. Check out this next video to ensure you avoid a really big one.